Yo, what's good, YouTube? What's good? What's up, man? Hey, man, Hood Sanders back in the building. Zay having us back in this motherfucker. Hey, so in today's video, I'm finna be talking about why men must have game. They must understand the game and have some street smarts. So recently, I've seen a bunch of videos of like guys getting divorced, chicks just destroying these dudes, man. Like the most recent one I seen, it was called like divorced over Yu-Gi-Oh. Like apparently the dude was playing Yu-Gi-Oh. He was like a Yu-Gi-Oh player or whatever, but he was making money off it, and the chick left him. She was like, listen, I want you to stop. And he stopped, and she still left his ass. You see what I'm saying? So I just wanted to make this video, man, because a lot of guys don't understand that game is first. You know what I'm saying? A lot of y'all talk about looks, money, status. Which one is more important? Listen, all you have to do is just maximize your looks, and you'll get any chick you want. You'll never, have to deal with any problems. Wrong. The game is number one. The game is number one. When you talk about looks, money, status, it doesn't matter how good you look. It doesn't matter how much money you have. It doesn't matter your status. All those things it buys you more time. It makes it easier. But at the end of the day, if you don't have game, you will get destroyed. Everything you've worked for, everything that I'm teaching y'all boy, how to make money, how to do this, how to do that, everything that you boys are learning, skills and shit, all the money that you're making, that shit will mean nothing if you get destroyed. If you marry the wrong woman or have a baby with the wrong woman and she take you downtown, now you paying 10 grand on child support. You know what I'm saying? Okay, that's kind of OC, but you get what the fuck I'm saying. Or she divorces you and she takes half your shit. You know what I'm saying? Or she breaks up with you and now you're fucking heartbroken. Now you're depressed and now you can't even work no more. So listen, it's very important for you young bucks and you older motherfuckers to understand that the game is the game. You gotta understand the game. You got to, man. And listen, and here's the thing. I'ma even give you boys a personal story. I know you guys like when I give y'all, like personal stories so y'all can kind of relate. I'm gonna give you a quick personal story in my life of when I let my feelings override my purpose. You get what I'm saying? I let a chick, and listen, there's nothing wrong with loving a girl or, being with a chick and having feelings and doing sweet stuff. That's cool. I'm not saying you got to be cold. That's cool. You find a good woman, cool, bro. I'm like, let me tell you something. Before I even get into it, I'm not one of these YouTubers that's like, oh, women this, women that. This is not a woman hating channel, all right? So if that's what y'all on, this is not that. I'm just trying to teach y'all boys to be aware. You get what I'm saying? You can still have love for a person and respect the person, but still understand in the back of your head, okay, I can't do this because then she's going to do this. You know what I'm saying? I'm not no dumbass. So quick story time. So I'm dealing with this chick. This was my last year of college. I might have told this story already, but I don't know if I told this side of it. I'm dealing with this chick, my last year in college, and the way we met was crazy because we had the same, like I had seen her around before, but we officially met because we had the same class. And she kind of sat next to me. And in the back of my mind, I didn't really think too much of it. But now looking back at it, she was choosing up. So, she was choosing up. She sat right next to me. And she was like, oh, yeah, you in my other class, right? I was like, oh, yeah. And I told her the professor's name. She was like, oh, yeah, cool. And then, boom, class ended. We didn't really say too much after that. Next class, she sat somewhere else in the room. So, you know what I'm saying? I sat next to her, trying to raise her up and shit. And she was going for it. Cool. And we immediately hit it off. That same day, she invited me out to go to so usually in college, bro, well, at least in my college, on Thursday night, everybody would go out to the bars and shit and get lit. So luckily it was a Thursday night. She invited me out. And yeah, boom. So, me and my mans went to their crib. It was her and her friends. We went out to the bar, boom, you know what I'm saying? Boom, 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 blase, blase. Long story short, we started getting closer and closer, hanging out. And it got to the point where we were hanging out every single day. It started off as we were, getting to know each other, doing little stuff here and there, going on a date. Okay, I may see you. We had class together, but we weren't hanging out all the time. It got to a point where quickly we were hanging out every single day. Every single day. I would see her in class. Then I would come over to her crib. We would sleep together. Boom. It was just we would just, so we got very close. And it got to a point where I almost grew an attachment for this chick because during the time I didn't have too many friends. I mean, I did, but they didn't really go to school with me. So I didn't really have too many friends that went to my school. All of my other friends like didn't go to college or they went to other schools. So this was like the only chick that like I connected with. We were cool, and she was actually cool like outside of sex. And it got to a point where this is like the only person that I'm really like dealing with on a consistent basis. So it's almost like you just naturally build this attachment to that person. And that's when the bullshit happens. All you guys out there, this is why you have to understand game. You have to be very careful when you spend a lot of time with the chick over and over every single day and you're growing an attachment. And it's like, you really got to analyze, do you really like this person? Or is it because you have nothing else? You have no other option. She's just there. She's the only person there. And that's how it is for a lot of you guys. A lot of guys are with chicks and they're attached to these girls and they're doing everything for this girl because she's the only one who's showing you any type of attention. She's the only one who's texting you back. You try DMing 20 girls, she's the only one who replied. So do you really like that girl? Or are you doing this out of scarcity? When you understand game, you understand that you have to have an abundant mindset. You have to be dealing with multiple chicks. And when you find the right one, you pick the right one. I'm not saying you got to be currently talking to 10 different girls. If you want to only deal with one, cool. But it has to be out of an abundant mindset, not she's the only girl who gives me any attention, so I guess I'll go with her. No. If that's the situation you're in, you have to build yourself up. You got to build this is where the money, status, looks comes in. It's not going to save you, but it will definitely give you more options. The game part comes in when you're already dealing with chicks, because a lot of guys who look good or maybe have a lot of money, they're not used to dealing with chicks. And see, here's the thing, and I know I'm kind of all over the place, but I'm trying to hit different points. A lot of guys simply don't have the experience. When a man who has game, who has street smarts, you're not, this isn't anything new to you. You have experience dealing with different types of women, different types of scenarios, the dating stage, the beginning stage, the after you just had sex stage, breaking up, coming, like you are used to dealing with chicks at different levels. The truth of the matter is most chicks run circles around guys. Most chicks have way more experience. I bet you, any nigga, if y'all got a girlfriend or somebody you're talking to, she has more experience than you. I promise you, she has more experience dealing with the opposite gender. So she's a fucking black belt in this shit. She understands how to manipulate you, how to play you, how to get what she wants, how to, she understands all that because she's used to it. This is the first girl, the first pretty girl you ever dealt with. So you just you're coming into this shit new. You green as fuck. And that's not a good position to be in. Whenever the setup is like, you're kind of new to the situation and she's more experienced, it's not a good thing. And that's how I was. When I was in college and I was dealing with that chick, she had more experience than me. And it's just natural. It's not because, I'm not saying that because your girl's a hoe. It's just natural. Women are approached more. They have more options. They deal with guys. Like, a woman is never single. A woman is never not talking to anybody, just by herself, can't get a date. Like, women will always have options. So when you understand that, you have to understand that she has experience. She knows what she's doing. And when you're just starting to deal with chicks and this is like the first pretty girl you dealt with, you're at a disadvantage. So you just have to understand that shit. But again, this was the first girl that I actually was attracted to. Most of the time before, I was dealing with chicks, I'm like, they all right, you know what I mean? But this was the first girl that I was like, damn, she kind of looked good. Like, you know what I mean? And that's when shit just starts to fall apart, because she would do little shit and I would give it a pass because I'm like, hey, well, this is the only girl who's giving me any attention that's pretty. And this is my first pretty girl, so I guess I'll just put up with it. That's what I was doing. That's what you cannot do that. Do not do what I do. You know what I'm saying? I fuck up. I'm going to tell y'all when I fuck up. Do not do what I do, bro. Don't. Listen. The only way you can truly understand the game and have street smarts, it just comes with experience. That's the truth of the matter. It comes with the experience. The older you get, the easier it will be to maneuver and deal with chicks. That's all I can tell you, boys. The older you get and the more you deal with chicks, everything becomes easier. So this is what I suggest to you, boys. If you want to gain more knowledge and you want to have better game, which is the most important thing out of looks, money, status, don't spend all of your time thinking that, okay, well, once I make 6 figures, everything will be good. My dating life will be perfect. My wife will never leave me. Boom. No. Because you have to understand, women are very complex. It's not just about money, looks, and status. But on the flip side, it is. So I'll give you an example. If you're an ugly motherfucker, she's not even gonna give you the chance. But if you look good, you on your shit, you making money, you're now getting in the doorway. Or depending on how much money you make or how handsome you are, she'll give you a lot of passes. But that's just the beginning. That's just the beginning stage. How you look and how you present yourself and how much money you make is just the beginning. The game is just getting started. The game comes in when you're dealing with a chick 3 months in, 6 months in, a year in. How do you keep her on her toes? Are you predictable? Are you not giving her any emotional turmoil? Like, are you just that plain guy that's just, you have sex with her the same position? You come home every day at the same time. You're not spontaneous. You're not. See, women need all of that. They need all of that. And just having looks, money, status is not enough. You have to understand the game. You got to be able to game her up and use different tactics when it's right. You get what I'm saying? But again, the only way you can do this and the only way you can improve this skill is to just deal with more chicks. Deal with more. You have to gain experience. Now, some guys will say, no, you don't have to do that. You don't have to deal with multiple women to understand how to deal with women. That's not true at all. I disagree with that 100%. That's not true, because here's the thing. All those guys that says, oh, you don't have to spin plays, you don't have to deal with a bunch of chicks to understand them, they've did it. They've already done it. They already been with tons of women. They say that now in 2020 hindsight, but just imagine, if I'm playing a game, somebody's played the game for 100 hours. I've only played the game for 5 minutes. Who's going to be better? Who's going to have the edge? Like, come on, bro. Like, that's just common fucking sense. You cannot go through this life dealing with one chick and then think that you're the master of women all of a sudden. You have to deal with multiple women. You have to go out and talk to different girls. You got to get out your comfort zone. Approach girls online. Approach girls in person. Approach girls who aren't typically, your type. Maybe go after different races. So you have to put yourself out there. You have to get out of your comfort zone, and you have to just meet and talk to and get to know different women. And you have to go through the motion, man. That's really what it comes down to, because you'll never understand the game by just accepting whatever comes to you. So many guys they go after different women, and then one woman gives them some attention. All right, I guess I'll stay with that for the rest of my life. I mean, if that's how you want to live, cool. But me personally, it's like, I don't like that. I go for everything else in my life, so why would I not do the same thing for my woman? I want who I want. I got a type, so I'm gonna go for it. I'm not just gonna take what I can get. That's why you gotta understand game. You got to. And another thing about understanding game is, you could be the most handsome motherfucker in the world. You can make all the money in the world, but you could get with a chick, not understand game, not understand that she has more experience than you and you're not experienced. Like, let's say a motherfucker on the come up and he just started making money and now he's dealing with a baddie. This is his first baddie. He has no experience dealing with baddies. What's going to happen? She's going to run the show because she has experience dealing with rich niggas. This is your first baddie. This is your first girl. So you're really not prepared to deal with this situation. Whenever you're in a relationship, you want to have the leverage. You want everything to be under your frame. You know what I'm saying? You don't want your woman running the show, telling you what to do. It's like, nigga, what? I can't tell you, bro, how many times I've seen dudes with money, dudes who look good, and their chick is running the show. I'm like, listen, if that's how y'all boys want y'all relationship, then I guess shout out to you. But for all of y'all that don't, including me, do not allow that shit. And you have to understand that you got to understand a woman's intentions, because if you're rich and you're dealing with a chick and it's the first baddie you ever dealt with, don't be thinking, oh, she likes me for me. Oh, I'm going to get married to her. Oh, she's showing me some attention, so I guess I'll put a baby in her. I guess I'll marry her. You don't understand game. You don't understand game. You don't. I highly suggest you do a lot of research, like the same way y'all do research on, how to make money, or research on whatever you're trying to do. Research the psychology of a woman. It is important. You must understand this. Do not deal with women if you're green as fuck and you don't understand them. If you don't understand them, don't do it, because you're just going to get destroyed. You're going to end up married, getting divorced, you're going to take half your shit. Like Brody, the nigga who fucking did the little Yu-Gi-Oh cards, the dude I was just talking about, the dude who did the Yu-Gi-Oh cards, he stopped for it. She said, hey, listen, I want you to stop doing this. He stopped. She still left him. Because you don't understand game. You don't understand game. You don't know how to put yourself in a position where she views you as superior. She views you as, oh, okay, this dude's a catch. I need to, I can't be talking to him crazy. I can't be telling him what to do. Y'all boys just don't get it. It's crazy. But yeah, man, the game is the game. The game is very important, because that will literally save your life. Everything that you've worked for, all the money that you made, all the progress that you've made, going to the gym, everything. Imagine spending years on years. Imagine, it's like, imagine playing Call of Duty, right? Back in the G. Now Call of Duty shit. Like now it's just a fucking shit show. But imagine playing Call of Duty, Modern Warfare 3, Black Ops 1, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? And you're like Master Prestige. You get to the highest prestige, bro. And somebody just deletes your account. It's like, what the fuck? I've worked years for this shit. I've worked years to get to Master Prestige, and somebody just goes in and deletes your account. That's what's going to happen if you don't understand game and you don't understand that, hey, listen, once you start improving, you really got to watch how you move. You got to watch how you move. You have to. So I understand. I know this video was kind of all over the place, but the big premise is that you must have street smarts. And it's not enough to just be a one-trick pony. It's not enough to just spend all your time trying to improve your looks, improve your money. It's not enough. You have to have game. Game is the most important thing. Like, bro, I would rather be broke and have game and have a good mouthpiece and understand how to say the right things and get in a woman's head, and you know what I'm saying? Opposed to being rich and being green as fuck. Because you just gonna get taken every single day. 24/7, every day of the week, you just gonna get taken, bro. Easy work. You easy work. So, yeah, man. Y'all boys really gotta understand game. But if you wanna know how to make more money, man, subscribe to the Patreon. I'm still deciding on the price, but as of right now, the price is $30. Listen, I'm trying to make it affordable for you guys, but listen, I'm giving out real game. Like, on the Patreon, you are going to make money, so I can't make it too cheap. I can't make it too cheap. You get what I'm saying? Like, y'all boys are going to make money with Kingpin College. But again, link in bio, Patreon, and I'm trying to introduce Zoom calls. I'm working on some things, but soon, or depending on when this video drops, you guys will be able to schedule a consultation. You can work with me one-on-one. We can talk about money, girls, anything you want to talk about, relationship. Whatever you want to talk about, you can schedule a consultation. It is a price on it. It is paid, but that way you can sit down and talk with me one-on-one. Because I know a lot of you guys ask questions in the comments, and it's like, now listen, if you have like one question, you can ask me on Kingpin College, because we have like a group chat and you guys can ask me. A bunch of people ask me questions in that group chat. But if you really want to sit down and talk about your situation and you want advice, you got to schedule a consultation, my brother. But yeah, man. Hopefully y'all boys enjoyed this video. Hopefully y'all boys found some value. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'm out, man. Peace.